One of Kwale playing right here on SwahiliPot FM. Good morning to you. My name is Miriam Angel.
Nami hapa ni Emmanuel Gona.
And of course, we are still on the newspaper review, but I'm also seeing a lot of you checking in. Do that on 0700917917. Send us those voice notes because I want to know where you are tuned in from and also just how your morning is. Now, one of the stories on Daily Nation is that the Supreme Court judges reinstate Finance Act 2023 in public interest. On call with me, on call with us is Advocate Eliud Ngugi of Mburu and Ngugi Advocates. He's joining us all the way from Nairobi. Eliud, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay.
Yes. So I don't want to keep you because I know you're rushing. You're going for another meeting. Let's talk about this. What does this mean?
The stay orders or conservatory orders basically means that there is a pause because the Court of Appeal had already ruled that the Finance Act 2023 was unconstitutional.
Yes.
This was after around 30 petitions had been filed, and therefore what that meant was that if the government had not appealed the decision at the Supreme Court, would have reverted back to a situation where, for example, the increase in VAT in petroleum products would have been reduced, gone back to 8% instead of 15%. And then issues to do with pay would have also been reduced, and also would have stopped paying the housing levy that we are now paying at 1.5%. Or rather, that is being deducted by your employer. So that's what would have meant.
Yeah.
But now what the Supreme Court said was that pending the hearing of this appeal in the Supreme Court, which is going to take place from on 10th and 11th of September, we will not be having, we're not going to revert back, but the Finance Act 2023 will remain in place.
Okay. So, if it remains in place, what is this? Why I want to understand why the appeal was filed initially, and also why the government went to stop it.
The appeal was filed initially because one, the Court of Appeal had already agreed with the High Court, where there was a constitutional petition filed by the likes of Okiya Mtata. There's an activist called Eliud Mativo who had actually gone to say that the provision or the introduction of the various clauses did not follow the public participation, just like what we had this year with the new Finance Act, not the new, the removed Finance Act of 2024. So they had not followed the due process of allowing every Kenyan to follow through and participate and give their views. Among many other reasons.
Okay, so because now you've said the 1.5 housing levy, we will not be paying that.
That's what would have happened if the government did not appeal.
If the government did
and
not appeal.
And there was not pay order issued.
Okay.
Yes, but now that the government appealed, the Supreme Court has said pending the hearing of this case, the decision has not yet been made. The Supreme Court could agree with the petitioners, with the respondent who are the activists who had filed the Court of Appeal case. They could also agree. They could agree with them and say it's actually true. The due process is not followed, and so the provisions are unconstitutional, which would mean that the housing levy will be removed if the Supreme Court on 10th and 11th agrees after the hearing.
Okay.
So there will be a ruling hopefully by end of September.
If the Supreme Court does not agree, what are we looking at?
We are looking at the continuance of what has been in place. You will continue being deducted the 1.5. You will continue paying VAT at 16% for fuel products. You will continue the increase in pay for different categories which was introduced, and many other provisions that came with the Finance Act 2023. So then we call it status quo continues. What has been happening all along for the last 1 year is what will continue.
All right. Okay, yeah. Eliud, I need to let you go. I know I'll reach out again so that we may delve more in this matter deeply. But thank you for joining us on SwahiliPot FM.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that is it. That's the deliberation. We are waiting for the ruling. One of the stories on the papers today was the Supreme Court judges reinstate Finance Act 2023 in public interest. We are also just trying to understand what's going on in our country. Good morning to you. It is 4 minutes past 8. DJ Kamsi is about to get in with his warm-up mix. If you have your requests, 0700917917 is our number.
Na enjoy the show na wasikiza kutoka Kuchangamwe ni Calvin Opio.
Amjambo